adults in the Christopher comes to time travel. So as you can see within just the three players alone so far, first, second, third place rank main characters or whatever not, and tertiary and secondary, due to be honest. These characters vary very strictly from teenage kids to grown ass adults. And it's like, I wonder what inspired that, Cashman. Makina. But like it's just like, why else would it not be about teenagers and adults, bro? I actually think about how this actually makes sense. It's like, it's a science fiction, so you're appealing to an audience that manages to understand what the reality is and still knows that it's flexible even then. It's immutable and changeable, but also immutable and not as flexible or not as fixed. So it can be flexible and mutable in other ways, but not always avoiding the real things and the real crap. Okay? It does that. Life is mysterious. Life works in mysterious ways. Things you don't know, things you already would have known anyways, and things you have to know, and things you can't know right now. Beautiful, right? With the distinction made between practically X's or Christopher Sr. compared to even Christopher Feather and Boyd Cascade and Andromeda Swordmaster, yes, there are maturity levels to every single one of them. Even Liam's comes as immature, and Liz comes off as immature, but then Boyd and Christopher are mature, and Andromeda is just more mutable to know the difference. And Olfo just seems to be immature, but he probably is. That's what he does. And then, like, Samantha is definitely mature, but too mature. And Chris is a little immature for a good reason. And then X is immature, but in a healthy way. Why would it be like this? Because the adults are not always right. But the kids aren't always wrong. What? Why did I do that? Because I grew up the same way. I was like, hey, I can't be right about everything, but I have to be right about something eventually because it's based on the facts at that point. What would it be about that otherwise? My opinions? Yes. But my opinion can still matter. My voice can still matter. Just not in a non-political way. Not even always a spiritual way. Not even always in a sexually transmutative way. Because it's beautiful as an adult.